All right, welcome. Here we are once more in our Cessna citation longitude, November 343 Bravo Whiskey, cruising at 44,000 feet. Yes, you heard me right, 44,000 feet, and we are not rocking left and right. I downloaded and installed the new patch that was released just today, and God bless them, they fixed the annoying aileron roll, left-right roll that occurred above 34,000 feet. So we're in good shape now. We are 140 nautical miles from Singapore. Took off from Perth, Australia, 4 hours, 27 minutes ago, and should be on the ground here in about a half an hour, 28 minutes. We'll begin our descent. We're going to set our altitude. We're going to try to avoid coming in too high like we did yesterday in Perth by setting our altitude at the initial approach fix altitude of 3,500 feet. And we'll begin our descent at this time. The relatively modest 1,800 feet per minute descent rate. It's going to leave our speed where it is for now, because as we descend, our knots indicated airspeed will change accordingly. Beautiful clear skies when we took off from Perth. Can't say the same about Singapore. Cloudy, 81 degrees, winds out of the north, some thunderstorm activity in the area. You can see plenty of clouds out there. Can't see the ground. Oh, there you go. A little bit of sight there on the ground. Anyway, go ahead and do some of our other important inputs. Pulled up an ILS, pulled up an approach plate for runway 2 left, 02 left, where we're landing in Singapore. I think it's Changi Airport, apparently one of the nicest airports in the world. Nav 110.9. That is the ILS frequency for runway 2 left. Just checking. Okay. Really want to avoid coming in too high like I did in Perth. So we'll increase our descent rate. And again, just keep our speed managed. The knots indicated right now showing 252. But our true airspeed is 452 knots, and we're doing 452 knots across the ground. No headwind to deal with right now. There's a wind coming out of the east at 18 knots, but nothing too dramatic. 116 nautical miles from the airport. But again, moving right along. It's nice to fly at higher altitudes. That's been kind of fun. In anticipation of having to descend through this cloud deck, which appears not insignificant, we're going to activate our anti-icing equipment. Pitot heat obviously already on. We'll activate our wing ice, anti-ice, and engine left, engine right anti-ice equipment. Again, in anticipation of having to descend through these clouds at more than sub-zero temperatures. Outside air temperature minus 45 degrees Celsius. Obviously, once we get on the ground, icing isn't going to be a problem, or once we get near the ground, icing won't be a problem. But here's our approach. Let's see. Give you some perspective. There's 20 left where we're landing. There's also, I'm sorry, not 20, 02 left. There's 02C, which is also available, and 02R, which is for military aircraft only for the Republic of Singapore. Lots of planes coming in. there, right there. Hopefully that doesn't end up being an issue. In terms of the approach plate that I was able to pull up, Anuma, 3,500 feet. I think I may have called that the initial approach fix. It's not, actually. Samco is the initial approach fix. But anyway, it's an over-water final, so it's no risk in being slightly lower than higher. Anyway, Anuma, 3,500 feet. Akipo, 2,500 feet. And Adnik, 1,500 feet. Distance between Anuma and Akipo is 3.3 nautical miles. Distance from Akipo to Adnik, 3.2 nautical miles, and distance from Adnik to the runway threshold, 4.4 nautical miles. So from Anuma to the airport is about 10 miles. So again, aiming for about 3,000 feet, 3,500 feet, specifically at Anuma. Continuing our descent now nicely, showing 97 nautical miles from the airport. Begin slowing a little bit more, and we'll increase our descent rate. Again, 90,000 or 96 miles from the airport. We want to generally be at about 30,000 feet. 90 miles. We're 95 miles from the airport. At 90 miles from the airport, you'd want to be at about 30,000 feet. So we're actually right on schedule, given that we're now 93 nautical miles from the airport, and at 32,000, then descending at 2,400 feet per minute. Shallow that out very slightly to 2,200 feet per minute, make it a little more conservative. Zoom in here a little more on our MFD. Well, apprehensive isn't the right word, but I was a little bit stung by that approach yesterday into Perth. I really tried to do a good job, and I wasn't happy with it. Just coming in too high. I mean, I made it work, and we landed, but felt like I could have done better. I was disappointed in myself. Go ahead and set our airspeed at 250. All right. See the flashes that you're noticing occasionally inside the flight deck? Those are lightning flashes. Had an original estimated arrival time in Singapore of 12:30 Singapore time. We're 4 hours 35 minutes 16 seconds in to this flight, and local time in Singapore is 12:06 hours. We're gonna have some clouds to go through here momentarily. I'm glad I've got our anti-icing equipment on. Anyway, 12:07 now. 12:07, 7 minutes past noon in Singapore. 0407 Zulu. And local time here in Southern California, where I am, is 8:07 p.m. Getting to descend through these clouds. I definitely am attempting, anyway, a more conservative, cautious approach. Again, for reasons I already articulated. Don't want to come in too high. Don't want to come in too fast. This is a very busy airport, and it just spoils the fun to have to either do an accelerated rapid descent or whatever. Call it what you want. I call it a screw up. Descending nicely through the clouds. Seeing some lightning flashes there. hearing that thunder. Just checking our weather here. Yeah, lots of weather in the area, as you can see. Yeah, but nothing. That's our next rad in our weather radar on board. So yeah, lots of precipitation, but nothing that we can't handle. No major cells, and that's what you really want to be on guard against. Showing 68 nautical miles to the airport, 11 minutes at our current airspeed. Going into the clouds now, folks. Passing over Repov, REPOV, Romeo Echo Papa Oscar. V, what is V? How can I not, how am I not knowing that? Victor, sorry. Good Lord. What the hell's gotten into me? .64 nautical miles. Now completely IMC. Definitely feeling some chop. It's a larger aircraft, so it handles the chop better than the TBM, which I got so used to. The TBM, you'd really be flying around in your cabin, ass over tea kettle. You see, or rather you don't see anything. Just keep a sharp eye on that weather radar. Weather radar. Okay, it's good. Again, I'm going slower probably than I need to, but I just don't want to risk anything. Showing 60 miles and now 20,000 feet, so that's good. It's kind of where we want to be. I think I've mentioned it several times, the 3,000 feet at 10, 20,000 feet, or rather 6,000 feet at 20, and so forth. So we're 60 nautical miles right now. Coming through the clouds beautifully right there. 60 nautical miles would be 18,000 feet. Continue slowing. And again, obviously under normal circumstances, air traffic control would be vectoring me down. And if it worked in the sim, I would be relying on it, but it doesn't work, so. Ooh, we got some icing as I expected. Glad I have the, yes, wing anti-ice on. Kinda ugly. Kinda ugly, this weather. Totally IMC. Thunderstorm activity. Let's get our lights on a little more in here in the cockpit. .16,000 feet, descending through 16,400 feet. Coming up on REMS, R-E-M-E-S, is our next waypoint. Showing it 9.4 nautical miles, 1 minute 49 seconds to REMS. Really, I'd forgotten flying into the tropics. This is a challenge. Just trying to, again, just keep going through my checklists, thinking what needs addressing. We're at 14,600 feet now, showing 46 nautical miles from the airport. Quite a bit of thunderstorm activity. that weather one more, not last time, but one more time. Okay, again, there's a lot of activity off to our left. See if I can get that next rad, or rather onboard weather radar. Yeah, it's. I mean, there's definitely precip, but again, nothing that's too problematic. Oh, look, we descended out of the clouds. Very good. Descending now through 12,500 for 3,500.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
This is another bug they need to fix. We're not supposed to put our landing gear down when we're 40 miles from the airport at 12,000 feet. That goes without saying.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
That's a little bug, though. That's a bug I can work with. Wow. Well, the atmospheric conditions are just amazing. Oof. There's some weather. Jesus.
Transition altitude. Nearest altimeter, 1012.
1012 is the nearest altimeter. That's not the usual measurement that we're accustomed to. That is in inches. We use inches here in the States, 29er, 9er2, and so forth. They use different measurement the rest of the world. But anyway, 1012, well, it said that is equivalent to 9er heat 8. So once we get to Samco and turn right, I'll switch over to the ILS. Just 7 minutes, 41 seconds. Now.
Landing gear.
I don't know. I'd like to slow us. Ooh, that's sweet.
Gear. Landing gear.
I'd like to slow us down, but
landing gear.
It's not appropriate to put down our gear yet. Tell you what I'll do. I'll shallow out our descent rate, and that'll enable us to slow down. In theory. Showing 30 miles from the airport, which would augur for a 9,000 foot altitude. We're at 8,200 feet, so that's good.
Landing gear.
Not descending as steeply allows us to slow down more, if that makes sense. Wow. Jesus. I mean, the cloud system in this game is that's crazy. Showing 29 nautical miles. See how now we're not descending as steeply. That is, our vertical speed is not as dramatic, and that allows us to slow down, or at least throttle back, if that makes sense. Because when you're going down at 2,200 feet per minute, you're going fast, even if you don't want to. It's because you're falling quickly. All right, we're coming up on Samco now. I show Samco as 8.9 nautical miles, 2 minutes, 21 seconds to Samco. Once we turn right at Samco, we're going to be lining up to do Enuma, Akipo, Adnik. Remember, at Enuma, which you'll see show up over here on the MFD, over here, you'll see Enuma show up over here eventually as we close in on it. That triangle right there is Samco. Once we get to Enuma, remember, we want to be at 3,500 feet. And once we're at 3,500 feet, well, actually, before we even get there, once we make that right turn and start closing in at Enuma, I'll activate the ILS. And it should begin interception of the localizer and the glide slope. We'll switch bearing 1 over to nav 1 and confirm. There it is, 20.9 nautical miles from the airport, which is consistent with what I've got on my ForeFlight app in terms of where we should be. Altitude-wise, again, remember, 10 miles, 3,000. 20 miles, 6,000. We're 20 miles and we're at 5,700 feet, so that's very good. Continue slowing. Do 1 notch of flaps here when we get to 190. Descending at 800 feet per minute right now. Never been to Singapore, never landed at Singapore in real life or in the sim. 1 notch of flaps. .180 knots. Almost to Samco now. Here comes Samco. And you see this blue or cyan colored arrow is actually pointing towards the airport, which is what you'd expect. See this white line. Okay. Showtime. Switch our nav source to nav 1. There's the airport. Right on schedule. Click APPR for the approach. Activate our landing lights and do another notch of flaps.
Landing gear.
And our gear. Start slowing. To 155. We're going to set this at minimums of 220 just so we don't accidentally or inadvertently stop descending. It should grab the glide slope. It looks, there's our green diamond, so we're looking good. That white GS should turn green upon interception. We are on the localizer. There's our runway. These are looking solid. Throttling up as we did that last notch of flaps. Let's check one thing here. I don't know, I just noticed I'm not able to pop up in the seat. Okay. Well, that could make it more interesting. Still waiting to intercept the glide slope. Should happen here momentarily. Airspeed looks great, 151. Come on. As this drops down, that should turn green. Come on, grab it. Sharp eye on that. Airspeed's good. Landing lights are on. There it goes. Bingo. See? You're on the glide slope. I'm just a little irritated that I can't pop up in the seat. Now's not the time to start messing with it. Okay, I'll have to research that. Look at this. Look at Singapore. Oh, wow. This is the biggest city I've landed at. Certainly in the last few patches. Wow. Okay, there's our runway. I'm seeing 2 whites, 2 reds on the poppy, so we are beautifully lined up. This is actually holding the glide slope better. noticed in the previous, prior to this latest patch, it was coming in a little low. Okay, just passing over Akipo right now, and we're at 2,500 feet. Just passed under 2,400 feet. Perfectly lined up. Next is Adnik. At Adnik, 1,500 feet. You can see Adnik over here on the MFD. ADNIK, Alpha Delta November India Kilo. Looking really good. Window view. Wow. Oh, I just wish I could pop up in the goddamn seat. Hello, Singapore. It's funny, I said I expected arrival time 12:30. Half past noon, and it's gonna 12:24 right now, Singapore time. Okay, we're gonna disconnect our auto throttle. Auto throttle disconnected. And good. All right, fingers crossed. So far, this has been a much more appropriate approach. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 8 knots, kind of coming at us like this. 3 mile final. Parking's obviously off to the right. Get ready to disconnect the autopilot. Look at that. Jesus. Golf course. Hello, golf course. I may need to get around in. Okay.
500.
Autopilot disengaged.
Autopilot.
Whoops. I'm having a problem here. This couldn't be worse timing, but I'm having a problem with the auto throttle. Well, looks like we're doing a go-around.
Landing gear.
Okay. So what's the problem? Okay, this is not what I was expecting. Okay, so the auto throttle is not disconnecting. Oh, this is terrible. The autopilot, or the auto throttle, didn't disconnect. Son of a bitch. This is the latest goddamn bug. Well, I don't need to tell you that that this is obviously very bad, because if the fucking auto throttle doesn't disconnect, what is... This is terrible. I gotta troubleshoot this. What to do about this mess? I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to think. God, I wish I had somebody to bump some ideas off of. So the auto throttle won't disconnect. Now, what could that be? Okay, let's think this through. Let's just think this through. It's okay, we're just... God fucking damn it. I'm sorry, that mouse wheel is just so annoying. Okay, what could possibly be the cause of this? Come on, think. Here's the airport. We were all beautifully configured. You saw it. You saw me disconnect the auto throttle. Right here, AT. Disconnect auto throttle. Nope. I'm disconnecting it, and I'm now moving the throttle, and I'm moving the throttle on my flight stick, and nothing's happening. So this is a bug that's going to prevent me from being able to fly this airplane. More than that, it's going to prevent me from being able to land this airplane. I mean, oh Christ. Come on, guys. Disconnect auto throttle. Nope. Nothing's happening. Oh boy. What if this is on? Nope. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know how to land if I can't disconnect my engines. Not disconnect my, but I mean, I need to be able to slow down. That should make sense, right? Oh my God, how could this happen after a 5-hour flight? What is...
Autopilot.
Heading synced. Oh my God, this is a disaster today. I mean, this is as bad as a situation could possibly be. We're holding steady at 3,500, and I have no way to land because I can't disconnect my auto throttle. I can't believe it. What a mess. What a mess. I mean, I guess... What can I do? I mean, I'm in a situation where I don't have any way to idle my engines. This is unbelievable. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. I have no way to land. I mean, I can control the throttle this way. I guess that's gonna have to do it. We're just gonna have to land that way. Oh my God, what a joke. They just can't help themselves. Okay, we're gonna shoot that approach again. gotta disconnect the auto throttle. Oh! It worked! It worked! Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't believe it! Okay, I think I figured it out. Hold on, stand by, stand by. Okay, I'll explain what happened. Oh my God. Ah, this is gonna give me a heart attack. Okay, now, hold on. Hold on, just 1 second. Okay, I'll tell you in a minute what I think happened. Okay, we're gonna turn around. Why is it so lackadaisical in its turn? Okay, what we're gonna do is intercept that localizer again. This thing's turning like a pig. Put our gear down.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
I know.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Oh, brother.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Oh.
Landing gear.
Oh shit, I was flying along with the landing gear down the whole time. Oops, sorry. You'll have to forgive me. Okay, gear is down. Okay. There's our runway. Okay, I'll explain what I think happened. Once we get lined up. Hold on, I got my hands full here. Reconfirm, gear is down. We have full flaps. Landing lights still on. Okay, we're gonna try that again, friends. I'm sorry for the drama. So much for landing early, huh? There's our runway. Again. Activate the approach. All right. So, the other thing, though, that still remains a problem is that I can't pop up in the seat. I'll have to figure that out later. Okay, so what happened was that very early in the flight, I used Shift R to activate the auto throttle. What I suspect that did was basically put the auto throttle in keyboard mode, meaning that inputs here on screen didn't work. And so that hit me as we were doing our go around, and I was trying to troubleshoot what could be the problem, that I had done that Shift R before, and I thought, well, maybe by pressing Shift R again, it'll take me out of keyboard mode. And sure enough, as it happens, that solved the problem. So I can't tell you how good that is, because take it from me, you don't want to land with auto throttle engaged, because the airplane won't respond to throttle inputs and won't know what you want to do. It'll just maintain the airspeed that you told it to maintain, which, needless to say, could be a problem, since once you're landing, once your wheels are on the ground, needless to say, you don't want to maintain the airspeed. You want to be able to decelerate. Great, just grab the glide slope again. Hey, we're 2 for 2. You know, this was frustrating and nerve-wracking, but I'm actually happy because I figured out the problem, troubleshot it, and it's also fun to be able to grab the glide slope twice in 10 minutes. So I do apologize to my passengers. We're landing at 12:38 right now. Should be on the ground here in about 2.5 minutes. So we're going to land about 10 minutes late due to my issue, or our issue we encountered with the auto throttle malfunction. But it's not going to end up being a problem, I don't think. Now we are once again going to disconnect the auto throttle, and this time, aha! You see? Now it works. Now we're in great shape. Whew. I can't tell you how nerve-wracking that was. I need a scotch. 1 second. Ah, that's delicious. I would never do that in the air for real. Okay, we are beautifully lined up. Beautiful on the glide slope. Airspeed's perfect. 148, 149. There's our runway. Ooh, we just got hit. 2 whites, 2 reds on the poppy, the precision approach path indicator. And we are going to do this time. Oh man, 3-mile final. 13,000 foot long runway, so you got to love that. Nice view for the passengers. Okay. Autopilot's already, or auto throttle's already disengaged. Autopilot. Disengage right at 500. Autopilot disengaged. Oh, thank God our throttle's working. Airspeed's good. I gotta figure out how to pop up in the seat though. 2 whites, 2 reds. 150. Runway 02. Confirmed. 3 whites, 1 red. 2 and 2. 02 left. Confirmed. Butter it. Nice. Beautiful. Welcome to Singapore. Let's see if we can make that high-speed turn off. Yeah, we can. Excellent. Man, I tell you, this game. Stop right here. We know to turn right or left. Okay, let's contact ground. At least get the ribbons. Oh, look at all those ground frequencies. Jesus Christ. I think this airport has like 65 million people a year. Literally, 65 million a year come through. Let's go outside real fast. Make sure. Oh, let's get our spoilers brought back. There we go. Flaps. Good. Flaps deployed, or rather the spoilers deployed on landing. Let's turn off our landing lights and turn on our taxi lights. Well, I apologize. I normally aim or shoot for a half-hour episode, but that little auto throttle drama added about 10 minutes. This airport is huge. Welcome to Singapore. Local time now, 12:43. Oh, Jesus. I have a heart attack. I didn't know what we were going to do. I mean, honestly, I didn't know what we were going to do because I'm thinking, how do I guess we just cut the, I guess I could have cut the fuel to the engines, and that would have been ugly. I mean, I guess we would have been able to at least stop, but by the same token, we would have been stuck on the runway.
Approaching runway 20 right.
Let's see where they're going to take us here.
Enter runway 20 right.
Jesus.
10,400 feet remaining.
Got us backtracking on the runway. Interesting. Well, our parking's right over to the right, so this is going to be brief. I don't see any airplanes inbound, thank God. Nobody? No, nobody's on final. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go to the right. I guess we could have exited left off of the runway when we landed instead of right, but I'm pretending that I'm a commercial airliner, I guess. Okay. Whew, I feel bad. I was ready to rip Microsoft a new one for causing that kind of a problem with the auto-throttle issue, but although it wasn't entirely my fault. I mean, one should be able to disengage the auto-throttle by pushing the auto-throttle button. But as I said, I put it into keyboard mode, so to speak. See this flashing AP button? That's also new in today's patch to let you know that the autopilot's disengaged. It's kind of cool. All right, we're going to ramp 182. Yeah, if you're in a private $28 million Cessna Citation Longitude, you're probably going to have some pretty nice FBO at Singapore International. That's just a guess on my part, but I bet you $1. FBO, fixed base of operation. It's where the rich folk hang out when they land at airports in their planes. Okay. Wow. Holy smokes. Well, I apologize again. I did not expect a 48-minute episode, but that one had plenty of drama, and it's further evidence I ain't faking anything. I don't edit. I don't do anything. You guys see it as it happens. As it happens. Right, where's our guy? Looks like he's over there. I don't know about this one. Looks like they want us to. What do they want me to do? Just run over him? Okay, I'll run over him. Whatever you say, coach. Oh, I gotta figure out how to pop up in the seat. Sorry. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's shut this baby down. Let's do our parking brake. And engines. That's that. I didn't get to do my other shutdown procedure, but oh well. Anyway, 5 hours, 9 minutes, 42 seconds. Would have been about 4 hours, 59 minutes, but for that little excitement. That's it for now. Welcome to Singapore.